Most moms I talk to don't say they're lazy. They say, I'm tired. Not an I need a nap tired, but a deeper kind of tired. The kind that doesn't go away after sleep or a day off. The kind of exhaustion that doesn't go away after scrolling mindlessly or binging Netflix. It's just there, ready to pounce again after the TV is shut off or after the phone is set down. What if the exhaustion that you're feeling isn't because you're doing anything wrong, but what if it's because you're trying to live without a rhythm that you were never meant to live without? Today, I want to talk about why so many of us are so tired and what Jesus actually offers instead. I want to unpack some thought opportunities about what rest really is and give you some food for thought about what incorporating a rhythm of rest might actually look like for your life. Studies show that women, especially moms, that's you, carry the majority of emotional and mental load in their homes, which means that even when you stop moving, your mind is still racing on and on. Hey there, welcome to Mom Mentoring. If you notice, if you're with me on YouTube, my background's a little bit different. That's because my husband and I have learned to incorporate rhythms of renewal for our own life and have podcast will travel. So I brought you right here with me to the sunny beaches of Florida for the month of February. And for this 4 podcast episode all about rhythms of renewal. I'm Misty Hughes. I am a women's renewal life and leadership coach. I'm a mentor and a fellow mom who knows what it's like to love God deeply and still feel worn thin. This podcast exists because I keep meeting women who absolutely love Jesus but are living exhausted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from their own hearts. Beloved, I was that woman, and I kept looking for someone older and wiser to help me find a better way. But alas, I looked and looked, and I couldn't find those women who lived in vibrancy, who truly let their light shine. So I put my heart before God and I said, Lord, let me be that change agent. I've had the privilege of mentoring literally thousands of women from all over the world, younger and older, over the years. And it's amazing what God does with our week. Here I am, Lord, send me. And yes, Lord, I will go for you. I still hear so many women ask the question that I was asking. Where are the mentors? So, friend, I'm bringing them right to you. Every week, we explore relevant things to your mom journey. And if you have a burning question, something that you're dying to talk to someone about, hop over to the Facebook group, Mom to Mom Mentoring, and ask the question. I'd love to hear what is burning on your heart so that we can get a mom mentor on this podcast to answer and respond to your question. Or better yet, I might invite you onto the podcast and just have a conversation and explore what God might be saying to you. Just go to Facebook, Mom, the number 2, Mom Mentoring, the same as the podcast. It's a growing group of moms who are just like you. They're showing up for themselves, for God, for their families, maybe not always feeling strong, but showing up anyway. For the next 4 weeks, like I said, I'm going to be doing a series on rhythms of renewal. I just came off of a 4-week group coaching cohort where a small group of women and I took a deep dive into what these rhythms can look like and how hearts can stay in a place of renewal by incorporating some kind of next step of these rhythms. These rhythms, they offer a place to slow down, listen, and learn how to live from the place that God actually designed you to live from. It's not about fixing yourself or coming up with a list of to-dos. It's about being formed into the woman of God that He created you to become. It's about transformation from the inside out. And oh, lovely one, I love a good transformation. Wings to fly, splashes of color. Just look at the stunning butterfly and know that is you being formed. You know, most of you were never taught how to live with rhythms. You were taught to push, perform, persevere, preserve, but renewal does not come from doing more. It comes from aligning your life with what matters most, what gives you life. The 4 rhythms that we're going to be covering over the next 4 episodes of Mom to Mom Mentoring are rest, restoration, relationship, and reimagining. We're going to explore these rhythms, not as rules, but as beautiful invitations from the one who knows you better than you know yourself and is wooing you to live life abiding in Him. So, just to get clear, this week we are talking about rest. I want you to understand rest is not stopping everything. Rest is learning to live from a place of trust instead of striving. When you hear the word rest, you may think of collapse, sleep, vacation, zoning out, but biblical rest is so different. It's not an escape from life. It's a way of engaging life differently. It's pausing from the norm to remember. You see, God gave us the Sabbath to keep holy and to remember Him, not to check out. Matthew 11:28 through 30. I love the Message translation. And if you'll hang with me, I'd love to share it with you. Listen to what might stick out to you as I read through it. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. Okay, Jesus doesn't say, come to me when you've earned rest, when you've got it all done, then come to me. No, He says, come when you're tired. Come when you're worn out. Come when you're burned out. Rest is relational before it's practical. He says, come, get away with me. Rest begins with who you're with, not what you stop doing. Weariness is not a failure. It's information. Okay, I'm going to say that again because some of you may want to write this down. Weariness is not failure. It's information. It's God knocking. It's Jesus inviting to learn a new rhythm that is light and that fits well. Recently, I have been doing a closet purge. I've kept clothes the past 2, maybe 3 years as my weight has inched up just a pound at a time. And I've also built muscle because, hey, I've been working out about 5 days a week. But there are ill-fitting clothes in my closet that I just keep hanging on to, thinking, maybe I'll lose that 5 pounds. Maybe I'll tighten those ab muscles and those pants will fit more loosely. But the reality is they're ill-fitting. And Jesus says, I won't put anything ill-fitting on you. I remember that King Saul tried to put his armor on David, the shepherd boy, before he went out to meet with Goliath. It was ill-fitting. And David had the wisdom to say, no, I'm not going to wear that ill-fitting armor. It'll just tangle me up. Beloved, Jesus promises in Matthew 11, he will not put anything ill-fitting on you. So, what about you? Are you putting the ill-fitting clothes on you? Are you trying to hang on to those things that are ill-fitting because it looked good on someone else or someone said you should do it that way? Want to extend the invitation that Jesus is extending to us all to come away with him, to get away, to determine what those ill-fitting things might be. Okay, bunny trail done. Now, I know that most of you might be thinking you're failing at rest when the truth is you've only been taught one version of rest. You've been taught rest equals sleep. And listen, sleep really matters. I love sleep. I honor sleep. We are not dismissing sleep here. Sleep deprivation is a real challenge for so many of you. And I feel that for you. But if sleep alone fixed exhaustion, you just get away for a good nap and you wake up feeling like a superhero. But that's not what's happening. So I want to introduce you to something that has really reframed the way I think of rest. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive into this today. I just want to give you food for thought and give you a new lens to see rest from. There are actually 7 different types of rest that your soul and body may be craving. And beloved, even if one of these is depleted, you can still feel tired no matter how many hours of sleep you got last night. So let's quickly run through them. First is physical rest. This is the one we know best. It includes sleep, naps, slowing your body down, but there can also be active physical restoration, like stretching, walking, massage, movement that heals instead of drains. Then there's mental rest. That's for the mom brain that is going seemingly 24/7. The running to-do list, the remembering everyone's needs. I used to tell my kids, the files in my brain are full. You're going to have to store that one yourself. The mental tabs open at 2 a.m. And I don't know what your desktop looks like, but mine has everything out there for me to see. Mental rest gives your brain permission to stop and breathe. Sensory rest. This one hits modern moms so hard. It's the constant notifications, the screens, the noise, lights, people talking, the TV in the background while you're folding laundry, answering emails, helping with the homework. It's going on and on. Sometimes exhaustion is not about workload, it's about overstimulation. Then there's creative rest. This one surprises people. Creative rest is what awakens wonder. It's beauty, it's nature. And even now, I'm looking outside at the beautiful green trees and palm trees. It's music, it's art, moments that make you feel alive instead of responsible. It's the rest that reminds your heart that life is more than just a production. There's emotional rest, and this is the freedom to stop pretending that everything is fine. It's having safe spaces where you can say, I'm overwhelmed. I'm really sad. I'm not okay. Emotional rest happens when you don't have to hold everything together for everyone. I feel the weight of that on so many hearts as I share that. Having that safe place where we can truly feel seen and understood, where the tears can flow freely. Beloved, emotional rest is a real need that we have. Then there is social rest. Not all people drain you, but not all people restore you either. Social rest is learning the difference between relationships that fill your tank and relationships that quietly empty it. And it's learning how to navigate and when to navigate those relationships. And then the seventh is spiritual rest. This one, this one's sacred. Spiritual rest is that deep exhale that comes from knowing that you are the beloved, that you're held and secure in the loving arms of a good father, not because you've accomplished all the to-dos, but because of whose you are. So here's why this matters. When Jesus says, come to me, I will give you rest, learn from me, he's not offering you a nap. He's offering you a way of living where your whole self is restored. Mind, body, heart, relationships, spirit. He's inviting you to rhythms, not relief moments. So here's a question. You don't have to answer it perfectly. Just notice. As I mentioned those types of rest, which one stirred something in you as you listened? Not which one do you think you should choose? Which one made you say, oh yeah, that one might be me? Just notice it. We're going to be coming back to that throughout this series. If you're able, I want to invite you to take a deep breath with me as I share this question. As you take this deep breath, sit with this question. Jesus, where am I tired right now? Not just in my body, but in my soul. Now, notice I didn't say, you answer, but ask Jesus. Let's take a deep breath. Even if you're driving, it's possible to take a deep breath. Folding laundry, out on a walk, just pause. Jesus, where am I tired? Right. Notice what comes up. No fixing, no judging. Just notice. Beloved, waves of exhaustion, they come, but we can experience joy in the midst of the exhaustion because we know the rhythms of life that replenish and restore our soul. So, if there's one thing I would like you to carry from our time together today, it's this: you are safe with Him. You don't have to outrun exhaustion. You don't have to earn restoration. You can learn to rest while He holds you. Because real rest isn't about stepping away or stepping out of life, it's stepping deeper into trusting Him. And when you live from that kind of rest, something beautiful happens. You shine. And Mama, remember this: when you shine, you give others permission to shine too. When you model rest, you give your children, your friends, your partner, your community permission to breathe again. Jesus says in Matthew 5, you are here to be light, bringing out the God colors in the world. By opening up to others, you'll prompt others to open up with God, this generous Father in heaven. Rested light shines brighter, not because you try harder, but because you're no longer carrying what was never yours to hold. You're not dimming your light. You're allowing the vibrancy of that rhythm of rest to illuminate your soul. Now, if something stirred in you today, and if you're thinking, okay, I don't even know where to start with rest, I've created a free Rhythms of Renewal mini book just for you. It's short, it's powerful, and it will help you begin noticing where Jesus might be inviting you into deeper rhythms of renewal. You'll find the link in the show notes. And if you're listening and thinking, I just don't want information, I want transformation, then I want to invite you to join the Rhythms of Life 12-week group coaching cohort waitlist. Women on the waitlist will receive a $50 discount when they register. And as a bonus, you'll also receive a free coaching session with me during the cohort. It's my way of honoring women who feel that early stirring and say yes before they even have all the answers or all the ducks in a row. You can grab the waitlist link in the show notes too. But if you'd like, it's just mom2mommentoring.com/rhythm. That's mom, the number 2, mom, mentoring.com/rhythm. And if you felt encouraged today, would you share this episode with a friend who might be tired but can't explain why? And if you haven't yet, leaving a review on Apple or Spotify helps other women find this space and reminds them that they're not walking alone. Join me next week as we continue this journey into Rhythms of Renewal and start exploring how God gently brings us back into alignment when life pulls us off balance. Until next time, beloved, may you find courage to slow down, peace in the pauses, joy in the unexpected waves, and deep security in the one who is holding you steady. I'm Misty Hughes, and you've been listening to Mom Mentoring.